Kenny told me that I get 1 minute per year that I coach here. Is that true, Kenny? So that's 23 minutes. No? Okay, never mind. All right, but don't start the clock because I got a joke to tell first. And I know Coach Powell is going to appreciate it as a golf coach. Why hasn't Coach Powell coached here? He was a coach before I came. I'm going to leave. He's still coaching tennis. He's probably going to coach swimming next. No? So anyways, Jesus and Moses are playing golf. And I don't know the terminology, but I'll do my best. 300 yards away, pond in between. Jesus takes a swing, doesn't make it, falls in the middle of the pond in the water. Moses raises his golf club, parts the water, goes and picks up the ball, brings it back. Jesus puts it back down again, and Moses says, I'm not going to go get the ball again. You're not going to make it. Jesus doesn't listen. He swings. Sure enough, he doesn't make it. The ball lands in the water. So Jesus goes to go pick it up. At this time, another set of golfers come in to tee up, and they see Jesus walking on water. And they say to Moses, who does he think he is? Jesus? Moses says, no, he thinks it's Tiger Woods. Okay, all kidding aside. First, I want to thank God for answering my prayers 25 years ago when I was transitioning out of the military and looking for a new career. I want to thank my family who are all here present tonight, and more specifically my wife for her support in this past 23 years that I've been coaching here at San Jacinto High School. Coach Powell, thank you for nominating me, and more importantly for your friendship this past 25 years. Where are you at, Coach? Oh, there you are. Anytime I came to you for some advice, you were there, and I would like to think that it worked both ways. I remember when you asked me if I had a player, well, you just mentioned, who could kick the football back when I was coaching the boys. I told him, yes, I have a lefty, one who can punt the ball 70 yards, except this ball is a round ball. That, of course, turned out to be Hall of Famer Sergio Aguayo, and he went on to play football as a kicker for UNLV, and he still lives out there in Las Vegas. I also want to thank Mr. Walt Buford. He was the principal at the time. He's the guy who hired me back in the summer of 1997. And 2 years after that, the athletic director, Mr. Jeff Snyder, who's also here in the same table with Coach Powell, who offered me the job to coach the boys, and who also allowed me to switch to the girls 4 years after that. However, I would not be standing here accepting this honor without all the hard work of our awesome student athletes for the past 23 years. From the ones who were playing soccer simply because their friends were playing, to those who put in all the hard work and received scholarships for continuing to play at the college level. I have enjoyed every moment. I am very proud of players such as Hall of Famers Celiana Pasiciel and Melissa Escamilla, who received scholarships to play at Division I schools. Celiana was only 16 when she graduated from high school and went to New Jersey IT. Melissa attended UC Riverside, a Division I school. And I hope future nominees such as Celine Vatres, Viviana Preciado, who's sitting right over there, and Araceli Ortega are inducted into the Hall of Fame. Celine is now a PE teacher at a middle school at that district to the south of us, and she also coached girls varsity team for a couple of years for West Valley High School. And that was a dream come true for me, to be coaching against one of my former athletes. Viviana Preciado, she's now a math teacher at also the school down south. And she was also my assistant coach for 1 year. Araceli Ortega, who played and attended college in Oklahoma, and she is now running a professional soccer academy with her husband, who is also a college soccer player out there in Oklahoma. Some of my former players did not play soccer at the university level, but went on to graduate and lead productive lives. One of them is Alex Rodriguez. She's a certified physician assistant working at Temecula Valley Hospital. The Shoemaker sisters, Shay is a speech pathologist working for our school district, and Sydney, her sister, is a civil engineer in Boise, Idaho. On the boys' side, players like Luis Garcia and his twin brothers, they own and manage the local indoor soccer complex right here in the valley, where a lot of our kids go play, and adults. Eric Martinez followed my advice and joined the Marine Corps, and ended up playing soccer for the All Marine soccer team, as I did for the Army. Luis Vega, who was inspired by his shop teacher in high school to train at TATEC after high school. He is now a jet engine mechanic working for a major airliner, and his daughter Dayanara is a junior on my team this year. She's an awesome player. So I know it's time to retire when my boys players, their kids are now playing for me. And by the way, this year, after 2 years of not making playoffs, this team will be making the playoffs. So it's really nice. I also want to recognize and give thanks to my former and current assistant coaches who definitely helped me get here. Gary Chalmers, who's in Canada, Ann Eichmann, and my current coach, Jesus Mojica, whose two daughters also play for us. My JV coaches, Mr. Alejandro Gallegos, who's over here, and Jaime Vargas, who's also over here. Now, Mrs. Gallegos, she's a teacher here. He's been coaching for 10 years for us now, so he's got another 10 more years to coach before he retires, so get ready. A few years back, a former principal asked us to write down, almost done. To write down our why are we here, why do we do what we do? And as Coach Powell mentioned, I wish that when I was in high school, somebody had taken the time to sit me down and told me, hey, you can go to college and play. I didn't know anything about it. Being an immigrant kid, parents who did not go to school, my dad made it up to the 3rd grade. He was a shoemaker working out of the house. My mom was a clerk at a supermarket store. I didn't know anything about universities or community college or anything like that. All I knew was that I wanted to travel, and hence I joined the military out of high school. But in conclusion, and this is why I do what I do, and I've been doing it for so long. But in conclusion, let me just tell you a quick story that encapsulates my coaching career. We're up in Beaumont playing, and the JV team, the girls is playing. This was maybe 3-4 years after I had taken over the girls program. And the JV team is losing, and I'm watching them, of course. At halftime, I called the goalkeeper up, and I told her, some of the things that she was doing wrong. And then I see her eyes welling up. And I was like, it took me by surprise. And so I quickly changed, and then I started telling her, this is what you need to do. Try to do this. And then, of course, I forgot about it because I had to go get my team prepared. They finished the game, and then we came in, and I see her running towards me. I thought she was going to charge at me. And she had a big smile on her face. And she said, Coach, I did it. I did what you told me, and it worked. She couldn't believe it. That to me represents my coaching career. That memory is still as if it happened yesterday. And that right now, that young lady, Brittany Donowitz, her brother is in the Hall of Fame for football. She is now a captain in the U.S. Army leading men. Thank you. Thank you, Jerry.
The tone of his presentation is exactly what Walter is. It's all about the kids, and that's so commendable. Thank you, Walter.